Who owns a well-known cigar accessories company that has luxury cigars products such as portable cigar humidors. He's from Brooklyn, New York, and one of the owners of Frederick.
Yes.
Frederick
Okay.
LLC. Sorry. Introducing Frederick E. Brown.
Hello. Thank you very much, Asia, for having me on. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you here today.
Thank you.
Can you give our listeners a little bit of background about who you are and your business?
So, my name is Frederick Brown. I live in Brooklyn, New York. I own a cigar accessories company. Just to be clear, I don't sell cigars. I sell the cases that when you go into a cigar lounge, the cases that when you travel with the cigars are in. And I've been doing that for the last 2 years, and it's been quite successful. I'm blessed every day. I get to do something that I really enjoy. Well, two things. I get to sell the cigar accessories, and I get to smoke cigars. So that makes things makes me very happy.
That's amazing. That's wonderful. So what inspired you to pursue a career in the cigar field?
I've been smoking cigars I have been smoking cigars since 2009. And it was due to a friend of mine that was inviting me to an event. And when I went, it was predominantly a Black African American event, and I had never seen Black people smoking cigars before. Because if you know about the traditional stereotype of cigars, it's older white men smoking cigars after a big business deal or a sporting event, and seeing that kind of opened my eyes to a lot. And at the time, I was a New York State real estate agent, and I found out that there were people that smoked cigars and that needed apartments or wanted to buy homes. So that was I used to help me find new clients and just new friends that even to this day, I keep in touch with. In terms of the business, I'm always looking at different things. I've always been involved in, different businesses, real estate and such. And I had met this lady on YouTube. No, I'm sorry, on Instagram. And she told me that she helps people find their business, their business needs and such. And she asked me what I'd like to do. And I said, well, my two passions are real estate and cigars. And we just had this I kind of broke down the cigar lifestyle to her. We spoke for like 3 hours. And she was like, well, why don't you sell your own cigar accessories and stuff? And it just blew my head because I never thought of that, and because I get before I used to get my, from any store, or, Amazon, stuff like that. And I took maybe a month to really look into research different things, because what I wanted to do is offer products that nobody else had. So I looked at a lot of the companies and just looked at what other people, carry, because I travel a lot. I'm in real estate. So when I would travel to, say, Georgia or LA, can you hear me? Good?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So that when you could, when I see what people are having, I want something that nobody else has. And that makes things better for me. So it was just like being able to find vendors that would be able to allow me to present products that nobody else had. And I've been able to do that. And, like any business, you're going to make your mistakes. You're going to have your ups and downs. But it's been a great thrill ride the whole way.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So what would you say is your biggest motivator?
My biggest motivator, I don't like to fail. And I think I've always been like that. And I think most people don't want to fail on things. But, I have responsibilities. I'm married, I have children, and I want to be successful to make a better life for them. At the same time,
Right.
I love what I do, and that makes it less of a job and not a responsibility that I have a problem with. So just being able to enjoy what I do, I think the biggest thing is that's my, my biggest motivator.
That's awesome. Yeah, I enjoy what I do too, so I can completely relate with that. I understand.
So it's no problem for me to want to go smoke smoke a cigar or just enjoy, and just, I could show you. So one of my products I have is the logo. So this is, yeah.
Oh wow,
So this is
that's beautiful.
this is my company logo. And so the way it is, it's full leather. So it has for lighter, cutter. You could put, cash or money in here.
Yeah,
And here it holds up to 3 cigars. So
that's awesome.
thank
That's
you.
so cool.
Yeah,
That is so cool.
thank you.
That's awesome. So, what would you say is the best piece of advice you've ever received, and how has it impacted your career?
I would say maybe the two best advice that I've ever had was don't be afraid to fail. And if you fall, get back up. And anybody that's been in any way successful in life, in business, anything, has failed.
Right.
If you stay down, you're never going to realize what you could have done.
Right.
There was a time when early on in my real estate career, I got really jammed up with some properties and I was financially not able to buy another house for nearly 10 years. But I
Wow.
kept on with it, through other ways, consulting, and because I never lost the passion.
Yeah.
I always felt that it could be done. And I just wanted to, as long as I knew that I could do it, that's all that matters. And yeah, don't be afraid to fail, because if you don't take a risk, you'll never know how far you can go.
Right. Right. I think one of the biggest things is like not everyone realizes how hard it is to start a business or to just keep it going. I think a lot of people think that they can just start out and everything's going to fall into place when that's not the reality at all.
Anybody can open a business, but can you maintain that business? I think that's the biggest thing. And I have a lot of friends who are business owners that give me the best of advice. Uh, and, they keep me grounded. It makes things easier for me. And it makes things easier for me. So, things just always work out for the best.
For our listeners who are just starting out, what advice would you give to help them succeed?
Know what you're doing. Have a plan, because it's okay sometimes to just jump into something and it might work, but how are you going to sustain it if you don't have a plan B? Or like once you get past that first point, okay, then where do you go? And then where do you go? Because as things get better or worse, you can't always wing it. So
Right.
talk to people. If you're interested, if you're interested in getting into real estate, carpentry, talk to somebody that's doing it.
Yeah.
It's not, most people that are successful like to talk,
Yeah.
and it's the truth. Most people that are successful love to tell you how they became successful,
That's
and
true.
soak it up, soak up every word, everything that they say. Ask them, hey, can I take you out to dinner? Can I take you out to lunch? Can I take you out to dinner? Can I buy you a cup of coffee? You'll be surprised what you can get just by asking.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. What do you see as the future of your industry, and how can businesses prepare for it?
I think with the cigar business itself, so my business, so there's a difference. There's cigars and then there's cigars accessories. Cigars is a want, but it's actually closer to a need. My cases are really a want. Now, because my cases are a little higher priced than the norm, than an average, only because of where I got them and the quality of them. It's more of a want. So like this case costs $175.
Mhm.
You could get a decent looking cigar case on Amazon for $40. So you got to ask yourself, why would you want what I have? And what
Right.
I've been told is they love what it looks like when I take pictures, when they see me with pictures, when they've seen people with it, they understand. And a lot of people that I don't know, literally from around the country, says something about you that I trust, that I'm gonna get my, that I'm gonna get a quality product, and that makes me feel really good because what I do is for every single order, I send them an email saying thank you. Please allow 2 weeks for delivery, and I make sure that they get their tracking. I make sure that everything is kept up to date because they can make or break my business. And
Yeah.
customer service, good customer service, bad customer service dictates the life of any business. Any business.
Yeah. I love what you're saying. I do. I do. Um, and lastly, what are your goals and aspirations for the next few years, both personally and professionally?
Personally, I just want to grow. Like I said, I'm a parent, I'm married, so I just want to grow my relationship. Uh, Professionally, I just want to be more successful, and I know that that takes having to put in more time, which is fine. Um, Wanting to reach more people if possible. Uh, I'm able to speak to, literally every day. I speak to new people who ask me about business, how to set up businesses, talking about the cigar world, and that it brings me a lot of joy because people actually trust me, and that's I think that shows that my credibility
Yeah.
is intact.
Yeah, you're building a good brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. Do you have any last tips for our audience?
Well, for personally to you, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you very much for having me on here. I really appreciate it. And for all the people out there, write down your dreams. Write notes. Take notes of what you want to do, how you want to do it, and just do it. If you fail, you fail. But it's better to have tried and failed than not have tried at all. And I'm sure most of you have heard that before, but trust me when I tell you, it means a lot. Don't have regrets in your life.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Frederick. And thank you for all our listeners. I would appreciate it if you guys would like, subscribe, comment if you enjoyed this episode. And that's about it. We'll see you next week. And this is Desire Sex with Vice of Business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.